Every morning at exactly 5:47 a.m., when the world was still wrapped in silver mist, a 7-year-old girl named Leela pressed her ear against a rose petal and heard it sing. Not a human song, not a bird's melody. Something ancient, something magical, something only she could hear. But one terrible morning, the flowers stopped singing, and Leela knew something was terribly wrong. Leela lived in the small cottage at the edge of a sleepy town called Willowbrook. Behind the cottage was a magical garden that Nana Rose had tended for 50 years. Roses, lavender, sunflowers, daisies, and flowers Leela could not even name grew in beautiful, colourful chaos. Every morning, Leela would sneak out of bed before sunrise, tiptoe through the kitchen and slip into the garden. She would find her favourite spot, a little stone bench under an old apple tree, and listen. And they would sing, not with mouths or voices. The songs came as vibrations, as feelings, as pictures that appeared in her mind. The roses sang songs of courage and love. The lavender hummed lullabies of peace. The sunflowers belted out joyful hymns about sunshine and growth. Leela would close her eyes, press her palm against the soil, and let the music fill her heart. It was her secret, her magic, her favourite thing in the entire world. The garden was completely, utterly silent. Leela's heart sank. She had never experienced this before. The silence felt heavy, like a blanket of sadness had been thrown over everything. She noticed the flowers looked different too. Their petals drooped. Their colours seemed faded, and their leaves curled inward like they were crying.
What happened to you?
That is when she heard a tiny voice, barely a whisper, coming from the oldest rose bush at the back of the garden.
Leela, we need help.
Leela raced to the ancient rose bush. This was the oldest plant in Nana Rose's garden, a climbing rose that had been there longer than Leela had been alive. Its thorns were thick, its trunk was twisted like a wise old tree, and its deepest red bloom had a faint golden glow.
Rose? What's wrong? Why did everyone stop singing?
The old rose's voice was weak, like wind through dry leaves.
We are fading, child. The earth song, it has stopped flowing through the roots.
Without it, we cannot sing. Without our songs, we cannot grow. Without growth, we will wither and sleep forever.
The earth song? What's that?
It is the music that connects all living things. It flows through the soil, through the roots, through every petal and leaf.
It is what gives us life, what gives us voice.
But something has blocked it. Something has gone wrong. Deep below.
Where?
In the whispering caves, beneath the old oak tree, at the edge of the garden.
But be warned, little one, the path is dangerous, and not everyone who enters finds their way back.
Leela was scared. She was only 7 years old, and the whispering caves sounded terrifying. But she looked at the fading flowers, at the silent garden that had given her so much joy. And she knew she had no choice.
I'll find the Earth Song. I promise!
The old rose bloomed slightly, its golden glow flickering.
Take this.
And a single petal drifted into Leela's hand. It glowed warm and pink.
A petal of courage. When you feel afraid, hold it close. It will remind you that bravery isn't about not being scared. It's about doing what's right, even when you are.
Leela tucked the petal into her rain boot and headed toward the ancient oak tree at the garden's edge. Its massive trunk had a hollow at the base, a dark opening that led underground. She took a deep breath and stepped inside. The caves were nothing like Leela expected. Instead of cold and dark, they were filled with soft, bioluminescent light. Glowing moss covered the walls in shades of blue and green. Tiny crystal formations jutted from the ceiling like chandeliers. And everywhere, she could hear faint echoes of songs, like memories of music that once was. Leela followed the path deeper, her yellow rain boots splashing through small streams as crystal clear water. She passed underground flowers she had never seen before, ghostly white blossoms that glowed from within, their petals translucent and delicate.
Hello? I'm looking for the Earth Song. Can anyone help me?
A rustling sound came from behind a cluster of glowing mushrooms. A small creature peeked out, a tiny fox made entirely of leaves and flowers, its eyes like bright amber dewdrops.
Well, well, a human child. Down here. How unexpected.
Who are you?
I'm Fennel, guardian of the underground garden. And you, little one, are either very brave or very lost.
A little of both. The flowers up top stopped singing. The old rose said the Earth Song is blocked. I'm going to fix it.
Fennel's leafy ears perked up.
The Earth Song?
Blocked? Oh, that explains the wilting. I've felt it too. The roots have stopped humming.
He looked at Leela with newfound respect.
I'll help you. Follow me. But hurry. The song is getting weaker with every passing hour.
Fennel led Leela through twisting tunnels of glowing crystal and underground streams. They reached a massive cavern, and in the centre stood a tree made entirely of light. Its trunk was golden, its branches were silver, and its leaves were every colour of the rainbow. Istos the sown tree, the source of the earth. But something was wrong. Thick, grey vines had wrapped around the tree's base, choking its roots. Where they touched the ground, the soil turned dark and lifeless. The tree's light flickered weakly, like a candle about to go out.
What are those? What old song waits?
Fear vines.
They grow from sadness, loneliness, and forgotten dreams.
They block the song from flowing into the earth.
How do we stop them?
You must sing to them. Not a human song, a heart song.
You must think of something that makes you truly happy, truly grateful,
And sing it with all your heart.
Only love can melt the fear vines.
Leela stood before the song tree, her small hands trembling. She closed her eyes and thought of everything that made her happy. She thought of Nana Rose's warm hugs and the smell of her kitchen on rainy mornings. She thought of her favourite yellow rain boots and how they made her feel brave. She thought of the garden, every flower, every petal, every magical morning song. And she thought of this moment, standing in a glowing cave with a leaf fox fighting for the music she loved so much. A melody rolled in her heart, simple, pure, and full of love. She opened her mouth and sang. It was not a perfect song. Voice wobbled. She forgot some words, but it did not matter. The song came from her heart, and that was enough. The golden light of the song tree pulsed brighter. The fear vines began to tremble,
then dissolve, turning into soft, sparkling dust that floated away.
The tree's roots glowed, and the earth song rushed through them like a river, breaking free. Leela felt it in her bones, a deep, beautiful vibration that spread through the cave, through the soil, through every root and stem and petal in the entire garden. Buff. The light from the song tree exploded outward in a wave of pure joy. Leela was lifted off her feet, surrounded by swirling petals of every colour. For one breathtaking moment, she could hear every song in the world. The roses, the lavender, the sunflowers, the underground blossoms, the trees, the grass. Everything singing together in perfect harmony. She laughed, tears streaming down her face. It was the most beautiful thing she had ever heard. And then, as suddenly as it began, it settled. The cavern glowed peacefully. The song tree stood tall and bright. The fear vines were gone.
You did it, Leela. You saved the songs.
When Leela emerged from the caves, The sun was just beginning to rise. The garden was alive with music, every flower singing louder and more joyfully than ever before. Their colours were vibrant, their petals full and healthy. Nana Rose was standing at the garden gate, a knowing smile on her face.
You found the song, didn't you?
Leela ran into her grandmother's arms.
How did you know?
Because I could hear it. The whole town could hear it.
The flowers are singing their loudest morning songs in years.
From that day forward, Leela visited the song tree every week.
She made sure no fear vines ever took hold again. And whenever a flower in the garden felt sad or forgotten, Leela would sit beside it, hold its petal and sing her heart song until it smiled again. She learned that the world is full of music, you just have to listen with your heart. And she learned that sometimes the smallest person with the biggest love can save the day.